Hello and welcome back to a long-awaited review from DWC, and this is the new Corgi P-51D Mustang representing Moonbeam McSwine of the 361st Fighter Squadron, 352nd Fighter Group, based at Martlesham Heath in England, 1945 at the time. So obviously a blue nose, but often associated with Bodney. This aircraft is obviously now flying out of Biggin Hill, out of the Spitfire company. Based at Biggin Hill, is out on the display scene. I believe he's currently down in Newquay doing flights this week, but he's also going to be displaying hopefully at Clacton Air Show again like it did last year at Sunset, which is an incredible spectacle. So let's get in and have a little look. This of course is the new mould P-51D, massive upgrade on the older style one, which they did Cripes Mighty in and Petit second, I believe, in the Blue Nose version. Of course, this is also the sister ship to Princess Elizabeth, which you can get in 1/48 scale from Hobbymaster and 1/72 scale from Gemini. So let's get in and have a little look. Already spoke. So in the War in Europe box, with a picture of the pilot himself, William T. Bill Whisner, on the front. And there's always the same setup as usual: clamshell, your standard display base, but of course you've got the little cradle now which they put on there, which to some people they really don't like, but for me it means there's not an extra hole in the fuselage that don't need filling. And of course all the bits and bobs in the bag there. So let's get this open. My certificate is underneath, I don't know if you can see that, which is there, and it's obviously got the detail on 311. So yeah, so there's your little bag. And there's little bits. So let's get her out on the stand. Just show you how the setup is. So again, standard Corgi stand, which is now plastic. Obviously years ago this was actually metal. Just be careful pinching. I've already pre-done that to save me looking a fool. There we go. Let's have a little look. As you'll notice, we'll talk about the panel in a minute. It's a different colour, but that is accurate. I've got the up flaps in at the moment, but when we put it on gear down, I'll show you what it looks like. Unfortunately, although there's the sliding canopy bit there, it isn't a sliding canopy unlike the Dragon, which is nice. And of course, the standard, the Corgi up undercarriage is in, which is going to be probably a challenge for me to get out. So tell a lie, it does have a hole in the fuselage, so that was completely pointless. The hole in the fuselage goes into that, as you can see, so you create that sort of effect. And then that just slips on to the stand, which I don't want to just do while she's sitting down in case I don't put it on. It's a nice snug fit, so it's going to go nowhere. I'm going to move the box out of the way for now. There she is in an up undercarriage configuration. As I already said, the blue there, I believe, from historic accuracy, and I think Corgi have done the right thing here. I'm a big fan of the display bird. The display bird is all one blue, but this blue was currently, I believe, they're in the process of changing the actual blue in the front of the nose. So there's a different number of blues. Now, I would imagine this is applied in the field as well. And as you can see, the motive is only on one side there. Number of kill markings as well, which I'll go through the history in a minute when it's on its undercarriage. Really nice looking model though. This might be my favourite Corgi Mustang now. I mean, in fact, it's a flyer is nice. I mean, for me, I would quite prefer them to do a split run of the flyer and the historic aircraft itself. But that's just me, which they're obviously doing with the new C-47 gunship. Give you a bit of a 360 on her. Of course, at this point in the war, they've removed the extra marking, so it's just the squadron marking of HO, known for the blue nose bastards of Bodney, of course. So there she is. Right, let's get her on her undercarriage and see what she looks like. So here she is on her undercarriage. The astute amongst you will notice it's only got one flap in because Corgi, bless them, have sent two of the same down piece for the flaps. So there's what should be only one piece of that. You've got your up undercarriage and this bit as well, the rear gear door has just pinged somewhere onto the floor and taken me 10 minutes to find. So again, Corgi, I beg you, just stop putting the up undercarriage in let us do it ourselves. Much easier, absolute pain in the arse to get out, and completely unnecessary in my eyes. So, a little bit about the aircraft. I'll move these pieces out of the way because I want to disturb the shot. The aircraft, of course, was flown by Bill Whisner, and Corgi have just released the F-86 Sabre as well, because he was one of those few aircraft, or few pilots, I should say, who went on to have a distinguished career in Korea as well. So he was, of course, a regular wingman of the famous fellow ace George Preddy, who went to become on obviously the high-scoring US ace in World War II. And his most successful day, Bill Whisner, is on the 21st November 1944, when he shot down 5 Focke-Wulf 190 fighters on the same mission over the oil refineries of Merseburg, with a further probable 2 as well, in 20 minutes of combat, which is a ridiculous feat. And he subsequently awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, the DSC, for that incredible achievement. It'd be awarded a second DSC on New Year's Day 1945 during Operation Bodenpart, when airfield Y-29 in Asch in Belgium was attacked by 65 enemy fighters. And he was taken off in his usual Mustang Moonbeam McSwine, which the noticed enemy aircraft approaching the airfield. And as soon as his undercarriage had retracted, started firing at a Focke-Wulf 190. And basically, he shot that down straight away, and then he felt some enemy cannon shells striking his fighter immediately, and had to take evasive action to avoid further hits. So, obviously, despite suffering some damage to his aircraft, he stayed with his Mustang, claimed a second FW-190 and 2 further BF-109s destroyed, bringing his total victory score to 15.5 aircraft, as displayed on here. Hopefully, we can see that. Just around there, just before the HO. And of course, that'll be his final victories of World War II, but he went on to serve with distinction in the F-86A and E Sabre in Korea as well, which has just been released as well, which is on the agenda to get. So, the pros and cons. So, we spoke about the undercarriage in the stuck-up position, clearly a big con for me. But the pros are, the finish is lovely. You've got obviously the different metal finish there on the wings. I don't know if you can see that. The finish of the aircraft is nice. I love the fact that they've picked up on the panel being a different colour. I think that's a really cool aspect. The build, undercarriage, look nice and solid. Anybody who's had Mustangs over the years, the Mustang can be a real pain in the backside to get it right, and usually has its gears splaying out, but it's nice and solid in a nice block. Solid. Again, if we talk about con, I think Hobby Master do this well. They bring the fillers for the holes, which is just a little thing, but if you've got it up like that on glass in particular, and you're looking through the glass, you'll see the hole in it, and it's a little bit unsightly, I should say. So, but no, really nice feature if you like doing features on pilots, like Johnny Johnson's been done to death. But if you think about, Whisner, you can have his P-51C, and then of course his F-86 as well, alongside the P-51D. So you've got this full comparison. Very much like George Preddy, we did the George Preddy Thunderbolt as well next to his Mustangs, or various Mustangs, or guises of Mustangs, because Cripes, of course, was done by Gemini as well in P-51C form. So again, another thing to just sort of stretch out and make a whole sort of feature theme in your US Army Air Force shelves. Look, I hope you enjoyed the review. Apologies for not doing any. I've just been run off my feet. Lots of things going on with work. Of course, football season starting up again. West Ham are playing today. Come on, you Irons. But I've got plenty to review. Hopefully you've seen a little preview video this morning of all the things waiting in the wings, and that's just a very small percentage of them. Thanks for watching. Like I said, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed before. And we really appreciate all your support. Okay, speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye.